Salvador Sal Sánchez Narváez was a Mexican professional boxer born in the town of Santiago Tianguistenco, Estado de México. Sanchez was the WBC and The Ring featherweight champion from 1980 to 1982. Many of his contemporaries as well as boxing writers believe that had it not been for his premature death, Sanchez could have gone on to become the greatest featherweight boxer of all time. Sanchez died on August 12, 1982 in a car accident from Querétaro to San Luis Potosí. He is also the uncle of Salvador Sánchez II. In 1991, Sanchez was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. The Ring magazine named both him, and Sugar Ray Leonard, as Fighter of the Year in 1981. In 2002, he was named the 24th greatest fighter of the past 80 years by The Ring magazine. In 2003, The Ring rated Sanchez number 88 on the list of 100 greatest punchers of all time. Sanchez was voted as the number 3 featherweight of the 20th century by the Associated Press. Sanchez was born to father Felipe Sanchez, and to mother Maria Luisa Narváez. Sanchez started his professional career at the age of 16, as a teenager. After a brief amateur career consisting of reportedly 4 amateur bouts, he started piling up wins against tough Mexican opposition. His first fight of note came in his 19th professional fight against the Mexican bantamweight champion Antonio Becerra. Becerra proved too experienced for the young Sanchez. The bout ended in a split decision defeat for Sanchez. Sanchez kept on fighting, and moved to the featherweight division. Soon he had beaten people like the Puerto Rican featherweight champion Felix Trinidad Sr., on his way to securing a title shot at world champion Danny Little Red Lopez, a popular TV fighter of the late 1970s who was an impressive fighter, and had won some spectacular fights against the likes of former world champion David Cote, twice, Juan Malvarez, and Mike Ayala. Confident, and hard to beat, Lopez was beaten by the 21-year-old Sanchez, who knocked out the defending champion in 13 rounds in Phoenix, Arizona, United States on February 2, 1980. Sanchez defended his title for the first time with a 15-round unanimous decision against Ruben Castillo, 47-1. Thinking it was just a case of beginner's luck, as it was Sanchez's first world title fight ever, Lopez looked for a rematch, and this he got, in Las Vegas. This time Sanchez defeated Lopez by 14th round TKO. In his next fight, he defeated Patrick Ford, 15-0. On December 13, 1980, Sanchez defeated future champion Juan Laporte by unanimous decision. Sanchez then defended his title against Roberto Castañón, 43-10, and scored a win over Nicky Perez, 53-0. Then undefeated world junior featherweight champion Wilfredo Gomez, 32-01, went up in weight, and challenged Sanchez. Sanchez retained the crown by a knockout in round 8 on August 21, 1981, in Las Vegas, and Gomez had to return to the junior featherweight division. With that victory, Salvador was an unknown to the casual boxing fan no more. He became a household name all over the United States that night. In his next fight, he defeated Olympic medalist Pat Cowdell by split decision. His defense versus unheralded Jorge Rocky Garcia was the second fight featuring 2 featherweights ever to be televised by HBO, the first having been his contest with Cowdell. He beat Garcia punch after punch, but the challenger gave honor to his nickname, an unknown fighter who lasts the distance with the world champion. On July 21, 1982, Sanchez faced future champion Otsuma Nelson at Madison Square Garden. Nelson, a late substitute for mandatory challenger Mario Miranda, was unknown at the time however, and was expected to only go a few rounds with the champ. It was an intense battle, with Sanchez managing to drop his young charge in the 7th round. After that they engaged in violent exchange after violent exchange. In the 15th, Sanchez broke out finally, connecting with a serious combination that dropped the challenger almost outside the ring. Referee Tony Perez had to stop the fight seconds later. Otsuma Nelson went on to have a glittering career, and was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 2004. Sanchez proved a dominant featherweight champion. He held title defense victories over the next 3 fighters, Laporte, Gomez, and Nelson, who won the WBC title after his death. He went 4-0, all by knockout, against fellow members of the International Boxing Hall of Fame, Danny Lopez twice KO 13, KO 14 Wilfredo Gomez KO 8 and Otsuma Nelson KO 15, and defeated 4 future or former world champions, Lopez, Gomez, Laporte, and Nelson. 3 weeks after his victory over Nelson, as he was training for a rematch with Laporte set for September, Sanchez crashed on the early morning of August 12, 1982, while driving his Porsche 928 sports car along the federal highway from Querétaro to San Luis Potosí, dying instantly. At the time of his death, there were talks about a bout with Colombian Mario Miranda, a rematch with Gomez, or a challenge of world lightweight champion Alexis Arguello. The latter was already off the table. There had been negotiations between the Sanchez and Arguello camps, but they broke off when Arguello chose to campaign as a junior welterweight. Salvador Sánchez finished his career 44-1-1. Sanchez was posthumously inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 1991. Sanchez appeared as himself, albeit as a junior lightweight world champion, in the 1983 film The Last Fight, released after his death. The movie was dedicated to him. In it, Sanchez shared scenes with Ruben Blades, who played a challenger to Sanchez's title. Sanchez has a professional record of 46 fights, with 44 wins, 1 loss, and 1 draw.